All right, Anti-Venom arrived, and I gotta be honest, he didn't end up being the must-have card that I assumed he was gonna be. Um, he's a lot more draw dependent, a lot harder to pull off. When it works, it is great, but he's not going to be a must-have card. There are a lot of decks floating around utilizing the card to great effect, but it's not going to be a meta shaker, except that it is. There are so many there's so many decks out there trying to counter this one card right now that it's really impressive to see. A lot of things have come out of the woodworks that haven't seen the light of day in months. Mill being one of them. So, if nothing else, it has provided a fresh meta for sure. But let's get into some of the decks that I've crafted. All right, right off the bat, we got Ongoing. Perfect synergy for it. Not only because Luke Cage and Mobius are ongoing, but the fact that it does not matter as much if something gets brought down to 0 power. Being able to play Onslaught for free along with Spectrum or Claw for free or any of those, even being able to play Spectrum in conjunction with, say, Grandmaster, just phenomenal. Now, I threw in Pixie just to really shake it up and add more chaos in, but you could easily replace that with something like a Dazzler or what have you. Next deck, on reveal. Pretty much the same concept. It's a lot of cards that don't care if they get brought down to 0 because you're really relying more on the effect, such as your Odin, Doom, etc. Even Miss Marvel, being able to play Namora and then play Doctor Doom and Miss Marvel on 6, fantastic. Agony is in here for the Scarlet Spider and Symbiote interaction, but you could easily take out Symbiote for something else along with Agony. Next up, this is the deck that I took to Infinite this season. It is all about playing cheap cards that do disruption to your opponent. You know, the Iceman, the Scorpion, White Widow, etc. And then flipping those to a higher cost with Cersei. Anti-Venom allows you to play just something for free, and that's just an invaluable thing to have. It's more about the deck working well, and then Anti-Venom just adding that cherry on top. And here he's just really is just the cherry on top. And speaking of cherry on top, Darkhawk has been a meta contender, whether we want to believe it or not, since he was released into the game. And even with Rockslide going to a 4-5, that doesn't change Darkhawk being one of the top contenders and being able to play him for free, or really anything in the deck for free. It really, I think that this change had to happen. The Rockslide change. Something had to happen because this deck is just too good. And I threw in Moon Knight because why not? You're running mostly odd costed cards anyways, so. As I said, Mill has been just rampant for the last few hours. And so I decided to make a Mill deck. I love Mill. And being able to play Red Hulk or even Cersei for free is great. But being able to mill for free is just busted. Now, this deck right here is all about countering anything you could possibly see in the meta. You've got your Goliath, your Negasonic Teenage Warhead, you've got your Luke Cage and your Mobius, your Shang-Chi and your Shadow King, even Killmonger for the 1 cost, or Scarlet Witch for Limbo, or really any location that you don't like. And this actually features Supergiant, so that you can hide as an alt play to Anti-Venom in case you need to hide something on 5. You know, you can hide Killmonger and Shadow King, or you can hide Shang-Chi, etc. Keeping in theme with the Supergiant, which I really think was put in the spotlight almost to counter Anti-Venom, but in a way I'm finding it to be a really good alt play in case you don't draw Anti-Venom, or it's the cards that you might want to hit already in hand, etc. So this one is an Ajax deck where you can hide Mystique and Hazmat behind the Supergiant, and then Ajax on 6 so that Mystique can copy in and then Hazmat can bomb the board. It is an alt play to Anti-Venom, who wants to hit things like Man-Thing or Ajax, or even hitting Mystique, or really anything. Great card deck. And lastly, finishing off my love of the Toxic archetype is pretty much a classic high ego deck. Your She-Hulk, your Hulk, Magic for turn 7, and this one has Luke Cage. That way, when you get your Hulk or your Ajax or whatever, you can bring it back up. You could feature Supergiant in here as well. That way you could hide Hazmat. But I didn't include it in this deck. So that's it. I always like to give a pretty wide amount of decks over various archetypes. If I can, if a card is applicable in multiple archetypes. And I really feel like Anti-Venom is. I didn't include it, but you could even do the Phoenix Force style decks. Great to hit Phoenix Force or some of the cards that you want to move or destroy. Don't really care about that loss in power so much. Or even hitting, being able to play Null for free. Like, that's just straight broken. Which is probably why they gave Ghost Spider in the season pass the spotlight, because of that particular deck. You could even do Tribunal. I know that some people are doing Tribunal, but I don't have that card specifically. But Anti-Venom hitting anything in a Tribunal deck is just, it's fucking cherry on top. And then lastly, I think synergy, that Anti-Venom has synergy with Valentina and with Wiccan, cards that give extra energy and things at a cheaper cost. You're already wanting to play Luke Cage in the deck, so you could play something like Valentina and then Luke Cage, and then play your Anti-Venom, and then you've got a 4-costed 6-cost card, and then a 0-costed, hopefully 6-cost card, and then so you can slam the board and start really doing these interesting ramp decks, if you will. But unfortunately, I don't have Valentina or Wiccan, so I'm not able to test those theories out. But hopefully sometime in the future I'll be able to really experiment more as I get more cards and whatnot. But anyways, that's it. Those are the thoughts and decks that I've created for Anti-Venom. I will be playing some of them on stream later on today, so you can go to the link in the description, follow me on X, go into the Discord where I run weekly and monthly giveaways. You can watch me on Twitch, and if you're watching this video, please do like and subscribe. I have a giveaway going for every 50 likes that I get on my videos, so would really appreciate it. Also, sub count giveaway as well. So, anyways, appreciate you watching. Till next time.